Hi, welcome back to the GM Academy. Of course, I am your instructor, Jim McClure, and we are working our way through our Logistics of a GM 1.0 series. And today's class is our 102 class, which is establishing regular contact with your players. Now, this is a very, very important thing because oftentimes when we are playing tabletop game, we have a week, we have 2 weeks, we have a month, we have however much time progressing between when we're actually at the table rolling dice and life happens in that amount of time. People start doing other things. We have in our modern lives other forms of entertainment that take up our time, other games we're playing, other tabletop games we are playing. And to keep your game fresh in your players' minds, what you really need to do is establish regular contact to keep your game ever present in their mind. Now, I don't sort of recommend that you completely go overboard with it, but what I do recommend is that you check in with your players once a week. And this doesn't matter if you're doing a weekly game, a bi-weekly game, a monthly game, a get-together whenever game. I recommend once a week to check in outside of the game table. And what this does is it establishes contact that the players know the GM, myself, yourself, is open. There's an open door policy. We can always talk. We are always in active communication because it's not, all right, we're going Friday at 6 and we're playing our game and you're not going to hear from me till next Friday at 6. It opens that door of communication. The other thing is it keeps them thinking about the game. It keeps them thinking about your game. It reminds them in their daily life, in all of the other things that are going on, all of the work things, all of the other forms of entertainment, that the tabletop game is still there and it's still being worked on and it's still active. And all of this will reinforce within your players' minds your game and what is happening in your game. This will also give a much better level of immersion into your story because they're starting to think about it not in play session starts, I'm in character, I'm thinking. Play session ends, I'm gone till next week or 2 weeks or a month. Instead, it keeps them in their regular day-to-day life thinking about what's going on in your game. Again, not pestering them, but once a week really does wonders to keep that focus and keep that energy going between campaigns. Now, of course, we talk about what exactly you want to check in with them, and of course, you can do basic, sort of logistical stuff that we talk about. Hey, the game's coming up Friday at 6 o'clock. John brought chips last week. It's Dave's turn to bring chips this week. Look to seeing you all at the table. I just got done writing the next encounter. You all are going to love it. Something like that. It's phenomenal. Players love it. They feel that something's happening and they feel that energy. Again, going back to our 101 class on being the champion. You can do something like that. The other thing that I really like to do is give them something to do between play sessions. I really like this because it really digs into the immersion. Give them something to think about, something to do, something that their character would do in between play sessions. A lot of times I encourage people, if we are leveling up characters, I'll either actually honestly do it at the beginning of a play session, which that's for a different class, or I will have people do it in between weeks, not at the game table. Do your level up, get your new feats, get your new powers, get your new whatever based on your system, but talk to me about it. I want to see what you're doing. I want to see how you're leveling up. And it's not really like I want to know what your character is doing, but it's opening that communication. It's giving them something to do besides week to week. The other thing is, if you have very visual players, if you have very sensation players, go to one of your players and ask them, hey, I need a map for this upcoming town, if you know one that's artistic, and go, can you draw me up a map? Here's what the areas are. It's giving them something to do in-game. It's giving them something to do. The other thing is ask character motivations. Hey, I saw your character did such and such during the campaign. He's lawful good. Your character's lawful good. That was more of a chaotic evil action. What was going on? Tell me what was going on in your character's mind. And just them typing a paragraph or two back to you will get them in their character. And it'll get them in their character at a time when they're not at the table. And that's really what you're going for. So this has been our 102 class. Again, the big takeaway from this is establish regular contact. It will help keep getting people to your table. It'll help them engage more with what's going on, and it'll give them a bigger focus on your game, keeping that high level engagement. This has been our 102 class, establishing weekly contact. I've been Jim McClure. See you all at the next table. Class dismissed. Thank you for watching the GM Academy. You can click the video to see our next class on logistics of being a GM, and you can subscribe to get all the latest information and videos from the GM Academy. If you enjoyed what you saw here, please hit the like button. It really does help us to continue to put out quality information to the community. Again, thank you for watching and thank you for your support.